Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be getting a very special guest on here very soon. I mean, this is an honor. Smiling Sam Alvey, can you hear me? Are you there?
I can hear you, sir.
Oh my, this is an honor. You're like my favorite fighter. I mean, I love everything that you do. This is an honor actually to speak with you right here live, and I just want to say thank you so much for everything you do. It's an honor to speak with you.
Well, thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine, my friend. I love doing podcasts with people.
All right. Hey, Sam, one thing I always wondered, I wanted to ask you is when you walk into the Octagon, what are you thinking? Because you're smiling, you're high fiving, you seem like you're having a good time. It's a lot different than most fighters.
Yeah, you're just thinking about to make a bunch of money.
I mean,
I don't understand why people are about to or going to the Octagon so angry. I mean, they're about to do what they make money doing, and I've been blessed to be able to do something I love and make money doing something I love.
I could definitely see that because I mean that smile that's the best smile in UFC history, and now I know why you smile. It's just because that big paycheck you're gonna get for knocking out a guy.
Yeah, it's just I get to do it in front of thousands of people that like what I do, that are there to see me. It's just such a cool feeling.
Cool.
How did you actually get started in becoming an MMA fighter? I'm really curious about that.
Yeah, I just thought I was tough. I didn't know anything about MMA. I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know anything about the UFC. I just thought I was tough, and so I went out and I found a fight as an amateur somewhere, and I think it was heavyweight, I believe, and I just went out and found out I wasn't all that tough, and it kind of addicted me, and I just started doing it. I went on a tear from there. I turned pro somewhere. I think it was like 11 or 12 fight win streak I was on. I went to Russia. I traveled around a little bit, won a tournament or two, and I still had no idea that MMA was a thing. Eventually, somebody said they'd pay me if I did it. I said, "Oh, yeah, okay, that sounds good. I should start training." And so I started training. I started my own gym back in Wisconsin, and somewhere I don't know. I had 5 or 6 fights before I realized that there was something called the UFC. And I said, "Oh, well, maybe I'll do that then." And so I finished college, and then I just started training, continuing to train, not using any of that degree I earned.
Yeah. So I was reading about you, and it says that you played the trumpet in high school and that you were looking to do that professionally. It's amazing you got to be the toughest trumpet player in the world.
Well, I never saw the trumpet as a real career choice. I always enjoyed doing it, and I got real good with it. I made it semi-professional. So what that means is I never got paid, but I played with a bunch of people that got paid. Uh, so I used to be part of a really good band while I was in college. The Lakeshore Wind Ensemble it was called. And yeah, I always enjoyed it. And then I started fighting, and I just didn't have enough time to train the trumpet as well as fighting. So I still pick it up and tune every now and then. I play with my kids, and I can still do it, but it's amazing at how much I can't do anymore on it.
I think you should your next entrance you should come down playing the trumpet. That'd be excellent. I know you probably
I don't
thought
know
of
if
it.
you should let me do it.
Um, now,
You know what I'm trying to do? There's that new song out there, Omni sings it. I think it's called Cheerleader. There's a big trumpet part in that. I'm trying to memorize that song so I can play it. Just pop it off.
now, did the when you were on the Ultimate Fighter, did you reach out to them or did they reach out to you to take place on that show?
Both. I kept trying out for the Ultimate Fighter, and they kept cutting my weight class. I tried at 205 and they cut it. I tried at 85 and they cut it. I even at one point said, you know what? Screw it. I will try 70. I've got time to cut weight. I might be able to do it. And then they cut the 170 weight class, which is, a bummer. So, well, I'll have to do it some other way. And then a year later or so, they called me, said, hey, can you still make 170? And, I lied through my teeth and said, yeah, of course. That's how I got on. So as I tell everyone, I cut 40 pounds in 29 days to get on the show. And
Jeez.
then I won that first fight with a big knockout. And I put on 35 pounds between the weigh-in and that first fight.
Wow.
And then six days later, I cut it all again. And it was just more than I could handle.
Now you fight at 185. What do you normally walk around at?
Well, lately I walk around at about 205 because I've been fighting so much. But if ever I get some time off where I can start really lifting again, I'll get up to 220, 225.
Now you say you've been fighting so much. You fought 4 times this year. I just heard that Ross Pierce is making his fifth. He's fighting for the fifth time. First one in the UFC this year to do it. So why are you being so lazy?
I've got, well, I guess it's not official yet, but I will be fighting within a year.
Would you willing to tell us who?
I can't say anything yet. If you look around on social media, somebody leaked it, but I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah,
anything.
is the guy Nate Marquardt?
I can't confirm nor deny any accusations.
Okay, so we're breaking the news right here that Sam Alvey's fighting Nate Marquardt. So Sam, one thing you fought in Bellator, you fought in the UFC. One question I always ask is what's the difference between Bellator and UFC? And I don't mean by the quality of opponent. I just mean like how do they treat you? Just something different between the two organizations.
Well, you got to remember when I fought in Bellator, it was Bjorn was still around, Scott Coker hadn't taken over. It was a different show than it is now, but there was no comparison between the two. The UFC, I mean, they take care of us fighters. That they go out of their way to make sure we are well taken care of. And Bellator is okay, but you know, I shared a locker room with my opponent in Bellator. They put a black sheet in between us.
Oh.
Yeah. Whereas this last time I fought in Mexico City, I had like a wing of the auditorium as my warm-up room.
Nice. So your cornerman can't really give you last-minute advice because there's a sheet between you just in case they're listening.
Yeah. And it was funny. It was Carl Amasu that we shared a locker room, and he spoke French, and my wife speaks French, and the corner I had at the time, he spoke French, so he knew everything they were saying. It was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
In your MMA career, give me one highlight that you're going to look back on, years from now and say, "Wow, I can't believe I accomplished that feat," and that give us a little highlight.
Honestly, making 170 pounds twice in like a week and a half is probably close to the top of that list. But then I look at what I've done in the UFC. People treat me no matter where I go, and people know who I am. People I'll likely never meet, but kind of wish I do know who I am. And that's pretty amazing. That I've been able to get a platform, do what I love, and have people enjoy watching me do it. After every fight, win or lose, I always walk around the auditorium for an hour and a half, and just take pictures with anyone that wants a picture, because I really do appreciate what the MMA fans have paid to watch me do. Without them, I wouldn't have a career, and I wouldn't be. I'd have to have a real job if it wasn't for them. So whatever little bit I can give back, I always give back, and. So that's a long answer to your short question. It was just getting recognized for what I do. It is pretty amazing.
No, we appreciate you doing that. Now you fight out of a Team Quest. Is there anybody else we should watch out for right now?
Sean Strickland is a stud. He's in the UFC right now, but Sean Strickland, I mean, he keeps me and Dan Henderson in line. He's insane. Tonight, Fernando Gonzalez, he fights for Bellator.
Yeah.
And he's going to get that strap. He's going to win tonight, and then he's going to beat whoever the champion is.
Yeah, he's in a huge fight tonight.
Oh, huge fight tonight. And the boy doesn't know what he's in for. He just doesn't have any idea how good Fernando is. And then one of my best friends in the world, Jordan Winsky, he's maybe a fight away from the UFC. He's 7-1 at 135, and he's just been destroying people. So he'll be in the UFC before long.
So I just saw that yesterday you called out Magnus Steenblad on Twitter. Obviously, I don't know if you were able to watch it. He didn't win tonight. He ended up getting knocked out. Is there anybody else on your short list you'd like to fight? I know you usually say that you want to fight people that you're fans of. Is anybody on your short list?
Yeah, you know who he actually fights today too, and he's got a tough fight today. Yatko, I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Yatko.
Yeah, he's going against Talis Leites.
Yeah, he's got a tough fight today.
How about Leites?
I would love to go.
How about Leites? Would you be interested in the winner of that match?
Yeah, lightweight would be a good fight too. I want to fight over in London. I want to fight over in Europe. And I think that could be a ticket over there too. Lightweight would be a fun fight. Also, he's a veteran of the sports, veteran of the UFC.
See, that's what I love about you. It's you'll fight anytime, anywhere. If someone drops out, you'll hop on 2 weeks' notice. And I mean, there's only two guys I know that do that. That's you and Cerrone. And I love that about you. You're willing to drop what you're doing to fight a guy in Brazil in 2 weeks. That's amazing. And I'm just amazed at how you can do that.
I always stay in shape. I guess I enjoy every part of my job except the dieting. God, I hate the dieting. but I always keep myself. I keep myself 2 weeks within making weight. It might be a tough weight cut, but I can always do it, and I'll always say yes. I've never been offered a fight that I say no to.
So Sam, a lot of people, and I don't mean to be personal, and you don't have to answer this, but a lot of people knows that your wife is a supermodel. She won America's Top Model. Sam, how did you get a supermodel? Was it your smile? Was it a pickup line, or what?
I pray a lot. I'm very religious.
That's a better answer than I expected.
Yeah. No, we worked at the same place. I worked at a Renaissance fair. It was my second year working there and her first year working there, and a friend of mine and her boss introduced us, and now it's 11 years and 4 months and 16 days later.
So so you guys are like the power couple of MMA. When you guys go out, who gets recognized more?
Her still. It's amazing. It's been 6 or 7 years since she won the show, but she still gets noticed more than me.
Yeah.
Now, if we go to a fight, even just an amateur fight, I mean, it's 10-1 me to her. But everywhere, we went for ice cream last night, and she was recognized by somebody.
Yeah, you go to the movies or something, and walk into the mall, and someone recognizes her.
Yeah, I never realized how big that show was. I mean, not just in America, but I mean, like Asia is in love with America's Next Top Model. America's got a bigger. It's
huge.
really
it's huge.
Yeah, and I never realized that because it was always kind of a stupid show.
So these people don't know they got a pro fighter who's one of the baddest guys on the planet holding their camera to take a picture with your wife.
Yeah, I do have to say that the MMA fans are far more polite than the top model fans.
Oh, yeah.
For most of the last 7 years, nobody ever says hi to me. They just hand me their phone and pose.
Yeah, not ask permission, nothing. Just us blood hungry people.
They always say hi to her, and they always say hi to her and ask.
Yeah, us blood hungry people get a bad rap. I think we're all right. So one thing I just want to say, this is more of a statement, not a question, is I was a little disappointed in your last fight. Not by your performance. Obviously, you got to win. It's a huge win. But I was more disappointed that you didn't get to get on the mic. You got to get it in your contract, and no matter what, that you get to get on the mic afterwards.
Yeah, you know what? The mic didn't even come into the Octagon. I didn't know I wasn't going to get to talk, and I mean, time was going on where I hadn't seen anyone yet, and I started looking for a mic to take, and he wasn't even there. And then they turned the lights off on me, and I had to get out.
All right, yeah, and they were going to the next fight. One thing our last question, so we get you out of here. If I don't know if you know what we're doing. We're doing 12 straight hours. We just launched a website last Monday called themmmatakeover.com, and we were raising up money. One thing, we want to be a big website, but we also want to be a generous website. So we get hooked up with the Jimmy Fund, which is a local organization that helps supports the fight against cancer. We're raising money for that. Now we're other people do walkathons or they run a certain distance for money. We do MMA talk. So we just last question, and I'm this a little personal, but I know we've all dealt with cancer. Sometime it affected all of our lives. If you could just let us know how that evil disease has affected your life.
Shoot, I gotta think. I have all the respect in the world for everyone that has fought cancer, battled cancer, and succeeded, and all the sympathy in the world for all the families that have lost to cancer. It's such a just a devastating disease. It's just a life-changing disease. Like I said, I do pray a lot, and not that does everything, but I have not none of my close family or friends have been struck by the illness just yet. I do have I coach at my gym. There have been members of the gym that for the longest time that they were part of the gym and they were working around cancer, trying to fight as well as fight the cancer. And my heart was always with them, always pushing them, and it was always inspiring that they had so much going on outside of the gym, and yet they'd still come to the gym and push and really try and better themselves one way or another. So I mean, my heart goes out to everyone. What you guys are doing is wonderful, and they truly appreciate it, I'm sure.
Yeah, we thank you. We hope that there's a lot more people that get to say the same thing that you said, that eventually that cancer won't be affecting any of our lives. One thing we would get you out of here, we're going to do a shameless plug. We do this thing called the clinch. It's a live cast once a week. Can you just say, "Hey guys, this is Sam Alvey, and you're watching the clinch"?
Sure. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey guys, this is Smiling Sam Alvey, and you're watching the clinch.
Sam, this has been a true honor to speak with you. It just, I mean, I can't even speak because it's I love watching you fight. I get nervous talking to you, but it's just been an honor to speak with you, and thank you for everything you've done, and it's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Hey, thank you guys for having me on, and maybe we can do it again.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Welcome to the MMA Takeover family.
Hey, thank you so much, guys.
Take care,
Thank you.
Sam.